All right, everybody, welcome back to Dom and God Sports Talk, the show where we not only talk about everything Baltimore Ravens, but around the NFL. And boy, oh boy, what a weekend for Baltimore sports. But anyway, we're here bringing you another post-game live for this week's matchup between the Ravens and the Steelers in Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium, with the Ravens falling 17-10. Yes, 17-10 to the Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon at 1 p.m. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable way to lose the game. Dom, why don't you start us off? What the actual hell happened?
I'm going to take a minute. I come to this episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk as a humble fan. Been a fan of the Ravens since I was in diapers. Since I could walk, I have been a Ravens fan. And everyone knows Ravens Steelers is one of the most known football rivalries since football has even been a thing. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows each Ravens Steelers game, nitty gritty, down to the grind, every time. It never fails. Ravens receivers. Ravens receivers. We're going to pretend this is a football. Okay? This is a football. Here's what I'm going to do with this football. Oh, look at that. What did I just do with it? Hold on a second. Oh my, I just did it again. What do why is it that when the ball is in your vicinity, you're not catching it? 7 dropped passes today. 7. 3 touchdown passes dropped. Wide open. I could have made these catches. I'm not even in football shape. And I could have made those catches. Bateman, back of the end zone. That's all you. Lamar couldn't have placed it better in your hands than right here. What happened? What happened that you couldn't just bring it down, Bateman? I was just giving you your props last week. I said give Aguilar some more opportunities to catch the football. Aguilar, you beat your man. You're wide open. Lamar sees you. Drops back the pass. Oh no. Don't catch it. Drop. Zay. Oh my. Stumbling out here on this field. What are we doing? Receivers. Greg Lewis right now. I have an issue.
Dom, I want to jump in for 1 second. I'm reading the comments. We've got a couple guys, Wiggy the Woo in here. How you doing? AG was in here. King for Kobe. How you been? But I just got to say one thing before I let Dom continue his rant. Waiting for that Nelson Aguilar has been one of our best wide receivers this year. So let's cut the slander about Nelson Aguilar, Nate, because he's been great. This was a cumulative effort for wide receiver drops. You can't pin it on one guy. Everyone was dropping the ball. So don't even talk about that Nelson Aguilar needs to be released. He's been actually very consistent. So you can cut that out, please. Anyway, continue.
I'm ready, and Gonzi's right. This is why I said in the preview, I said, let's get Nelson Aguilar some touches because he's been consistent with his hands. He's been consistent. I've seen it. We've all seen it. He gets the one chance to go out there and be great, and what happens? He had a beautiful catch before that play, by the way, to keep it in bounds. He fumbled, but he still caught it over, and he still made that catch in bounds for it to be possession. And then he drops a touchdown pass. Lamar couldn't have placed it more beautifully in his hands than right here. Like, I don't know what else Lamar could have done today. I don't. And I'm not saying he played lights out, because obviously were there some things he could have did better? Absolutely. The whole offense could have did better today. But geez Louise, he was throwing some dots out there. Okay, he was throwing some lasers. There were laser to Bateman. Back in the end zone, he spots them. That is a touchdown. And Bateman goes up and grabs it. It was a concentration drop. I don't know what that was. Bateman, I need you to, Bateman, and I'm not saying this as someone who wants to see you fail. I want to see you win at all costs. Please, bro. I'm begging you because I know what you're capable of. I've seen it. We have seen flashes of it. We are rooting for you, but please catch the football. Please. When you see the ball, grab it and bring it in so we can make plays. That's all I'm asking you for to do here. Please. Aguilar, saying I don't trust you anymore. You had one bad drop. I understand that. I still feel like you have pretty much like your top three in the most reliable hands that we got. So I can't sit here and say I don't trust you. But Lord have mercy. If Lamar is dropping it in a bucket for you, you gotta catch it. This rivalry has lasted for generations, and we have to overcome the Steelers because their offense was worse than ever before in this game. They had 3 points, before halftime. We should have been up at least 17-24, something. Should have been up. Why? And then, oh my goodness, don't get me started before halftime. Why are we not kicking 3 before halftime? You know, before we even went live, I saw a tweet from Jeff. I don't want to disrespect his last name, but I saw a tweet saying that there was a miscommunication before half. Yes, thank you. There was a miscommunication before halftime on that 4th down play to where there wasn't even supposed to be a snap on that play. So it was supposed to be to waste the clock so we can kick that 3.
Let me clarify. I can clarify for that. I read up on that. Tyler Linderbaum is taking the blame for that because the original plan was to just not snap the ball, run the clock all the way down, take a timeout, and kick a field goal, go up 13-3 at half. But Linderbaum snapped it without anyone ready for it because he saw the Steelers jump offside, that the flag wasn't thrown. That was clearly offsides. Not saying Linderbaum should have snapped it, but he was offsides, and the refs didn't throw it. So, again, I'll get into all that when it's my turn, but continue, Dom.
But it's just like, dude, there was so much, and I can't even get on the defense. I'm not even going to get on the defense. They came out there and they did what they have been doing constantly these past couple of weeks, going out there and getting stops. No matter the personnel that's out there, no matter how battered, beaten up, and bruised we are, they are going out there and they are getting stops. Patrick Queen, Roquan, Arthur Millette with a clutch sack on his old team. Freaking Hamilton making plays. Matabika, like these guys are going out there and getting stops. And what does the offense do? Go out there and lay freaking eggs. Freaking eggs all the time. And OBJ, bro, I need to see you out there. I need to see you out there. Because when you're out there, you can make plays. But you're not on the field enough. I don't know what is it. Is it still the ankle? Is it still the ankle injury? Is there something nagging him in his legs? What is the issue with OBJ? Can someone please clarify what is going on so we know? Because the reason, like, we need to see OBJ. We paid him $18 million. Like, something's got to give. Sign him to this contract because we know what he's capable of and we've seen what he's can do. But we haven't seen it yet. It's been 5 games. I need to see something in OBJ. Please. We need you out there. It's just the same old with this team every single time. We kick ourselves in the foot every time. We have the capability to be great. I have seen it. We put up 28 points against the number 1 defense in the league. 28. What is the problem here? We can't get past the Steelers. We can't beat the Steelers. Stadium. We can't. We can go in the dog pound and beat up on the Browns. Yes, I know it was Dorian Thompson-Robinson back there, but dang it, we put up 28 points against the number one defense, against Myles Garrett. And we can't put up, we can only put up 10 measly points on TJ Watt. Just appalled by this offensive performance today. I am so disappointed in this team because we can say the same thing over and over again. We got to get better. We got to clean up the mistakes. We got to do this. When are we actually going to do it? When are we going to get up and say, dang, we should clean up the mistakes? If we fumble one more time, I swear to goodness, a whole Ravens team is going to feel my wrath. Justice Hill, the most elusive back we have right now. You're over here ducking and diving and ducking tackles. Hold on to the football, Justice. Hold on to the football, okay? Because if Ogunjobi can just come up behind you and say, "Beat!" right from behind you, what is the point of the gaining the yards, Justice? Hold on to the ball. Oh my goodness, we are tied second in the league for the most lost fumbles. Hold on to the ball, bro. Whether it's Lamar or one of our running backs. Appalling. See what this offense can do sometimes when it's kicking itself in the foot, and it's ridiculous. We have to be better. We have to be. Because if anybody saw out there today, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase just lit it up. Jamar Chase just finished with like 150, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. It's starting to look like their old selves.
The Cardinals, again. I told you they're going to win that game. I'm not shocked.
The bounce back that they needed, right? This is a momentum shift for them. We needed this win for momentum purposes.
They play the Niners.
I'm not saying they beat like a prime opponent, but I'm saying that was a momentum shift for them because they've been down bad these past couple of games. So what I'm saying is that helps with momentum. These type of wins help. Jamar Chase having those yards helps. Joe Burrow having the kind of day he had helps with momentum and that mindset. It can shift things. Like, this was a demoralizing loss for us. Demoralizing loss for a team that we should have beaten. Like, it was, and just like AG said, this was a get-right game for them. Right. So at this point right now, I'm not saying they beat the freaking Eagles, but I'm saying this was a win the game that they should have came in, they won, and they won in convincing fashion. Just like we should have done today. So what I'm saying is we need to go into London and we need to bounce back against the Titans. Because if I see this same BS that I saw today, I swear to goodness, I'm probably going to get arrested and somebody come at the FBI is probably going to be called. I'm going into the Ravens Stadium myself. I'm going to go invade the coaching staff and I'm going to go give everybody a piece of my mind. Because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Miscues, mishaps, stagnant offense. We've been saying the same issues for the past couple of weeks. When will the change come? Are we going to wake up and realize we need to fix something and we need to fix it now? Because this is getting ridiculous. I have my faith in this team. I put a lot of faith in them. It is not just because I'm a fan. I just see what they can do. I see the squad, man.
Yep.
We don't suck. We don't suck. We have a squad. Okay, this is ridiculous. We're losing. We just lost to the 29th ranked offense, Gonzi. 29th ranked offense.
Yep.
This is ridiculous. Putting this on Lamar. I can't put it on Lamar.
Dom, why don't you take a couple breaths?
No, I'm not gonna.
Let me give a little bit.
Gonzi. I'm not taking a breath, Gonzi.
It's not my turn
this is
yet.
ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let
wait.
you have your turn. It's gonna be your turn. This is my final piece, and I will say my final piece, and I'll be done. Okay, Ravens, I want you to listen to me because this is gonna be the last thing I say before I let Gonzi take the floor. I swear to goodness, clean this act up right now. I don't care who needs to do it. I don't care how it needs to be done. I don't care who we have to let go, let roll, I don't care. I don't care. We need team-only meeting, players-only meeting. I don't care. Get it together. Because if I see this stagnant BS against the Titans on Sunday morning, if you're going to ruin my Sunday morning with this BS stagnant offense, I swear to goodness, I'm catching a flight to London. I'm going to intercept your plane. I'm going to parachute onto that plane, sneak in there, and smack every single one of you with this crock. I'm not playing, man. I'm not playing. Gonz, the floor is yours.
Wow. I've never heard that much passion and emotion from Dom. Well, at least the one silver lining about a Ravens loss, it brings out the fire in Dom. So we like to see that. You're showing your true Ravens fan passion. That's good. That's good. I'm not as fired up as I was, but I have so much to say because this is simply inexcusable. Simply inexcusable to put this on the field. I gave the intro earlier today, and I made a mistake. I said we fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can I clarify that? The Baltimore Ravens lost their matchup against the Baltimore Ravens at 1 o'clock p.m., 17-10, because the Steelers did not do shit on either side of the ball. And I'm sorry. Yes, T.J. Watt had his moments. Yes, the secondary had a couple punch-outs. Yes, Alex Highsmith had his moment. But the drops, like Dom was saying, are just backbreaking. Just backbreaking. And before I even get into this game, I need to go over something that you guys can go back and click on the YouTube video that we uploaded in the preview back on Friday or Thursday about this upcoming game. And the final thought that I gave before we got up out of there and wrapped it up for the evening was for the Ravens to not hurt themselves. Don't self-implode, and you will be fine. And what did we do? We self-imploded in every aspect you could ever do. And that's what happens. This rivalry, I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing about it on media about, oh, it's physical. Oh, you're going to be sore after this game. It's too hard, heavyweight battle between Ravens and the Steelers every time they match up. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be tough. It's going to come down to one scores. Let's be real. This rivalry is not what it used to be. There's no or James Harrison. There's no Lamar Woodley. There's no Troy P. There's no Ryan Clark. This is not the same Steelers. This rivalry has turned into, how are the Ravens going to choke to the Steelers this game? And I am sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. We are beating this team for the past 5 games, and we have squandered away the lead in the fourth quarter or overtime every single time. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. The last 5 matchups. So that is 2020, 2021, and 2022. Go watch them. We have been in the lead in every single game. Every single game. Every single game. And we have imploded every single time. We are outmatching the Pittsburgh Steelers every time we match up with them. They aren't good. They're not better than us. We just play down to them and let them eat us. And it's so frustrating to watch, especially this year, because this year we have a better roster than the previous years, and we had our guy Lamar at quarterback. And we let this stupid team keep it up with us, let them hang around, and what did they do? They came back and bit us in the ass and won the game. I literally said that at the end of our preview show. Don't let this inferior team hang around, and we will just don't do it, because they're going to come back. And that's exactly what they did again. And it's just sickening to watch because they're not good. Kenny Pickett is not that good. He didn't do hardly anything. Blocked punts. Good defense. But most importantly, the Ravens offense just cannot put this team away. And this is whenever we play. I don't know why. I don't know why. And like you said, Lamar had a pretty decent day throwing the ball. Anyone who doesn't say that didn't watch the game. I had some people talking to me after the game saying Lamar sucks. TJ Watt's his daddy. You didn't watch the game. If our guys catch the ball, they have no chance of winning. And I want you Steelers fans to know your team ain't going nowhere right now at all. So you can get the hell out of my face with all this slander. Pickett outplayed Lamar. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, excuse me. Excuse my French. But you can, AG, stop it. Stop it. You know you're trolling. Pickett is not that good. And once again, I talked about this last week too. Every team that plays the Steelers self-implodes in the fourth quarter, keeps the Steelers around, and Pickett goes down at the end of the game and wins. It happened yet again. We have a much better chance of going somewhere than you. You have fundamental issues in your offense. Okay? You got blown out 30-6 to the Texans. We are losing our games because we are not executing simple Pop Warner things, like catching a ball, for example. Like, come on. And fumbles. Like, what? This is a real issue. The fumbles are a real issue. What is this? 7 fumbles for Lamar this year? 7? 7. We never used to talk about turnovers with Lamar. And he's fumbled 7 times in 5 games. 5. That is incredible. That has got to get fixed fast. Matt Canada, the Ravens OC. No, I didn't have an issue with the play calling today. I had an issue with one instance, and I'm about to go over that right now. The play calling was fine. It's, again, the execution. The execution. It's just, man, we thought the Colts game was annoying. This topped that by a long shot because it's just, we should not have lost. We should not have lost. Okay, let's talk about Todd Monken. Yes, the play calling was pretty decent. Like I said, it was at the drops. But let's fast forward to after we recovered the fumble on the kickoff return. The Steelers were trying to give us the game right back. We said, here, Steelers, take the win. They said, nope, you can have it. I'm going to fumble the ball. And we get a first down and goal on the 8-yard line. First snap. A handoff to Gus Edwards for a gain of 4. Okay. Now we're at second and goal on the 4-yard line. And then Gus Edwards leaves the game for the rest of the sequence. What the hell are we doing? Then we come out in 5 wide. What? And we do a shovel pass to Andrews. I don't mind getting creative, but not in the first quarter. Like, that's a first quarter type of play. This is the end of the game. You score a touchdown here, the game's over because Pickett ain't doing anything. And they run that, and it gets blown up for a loss of 1. Why is Gus Edwards not in the game? I'm not saying you have to run it with him, but keep him in. Keep the threat of giving it to him, a real thing. Make the Steelers think, are they going to give it to him or not? You could have given it back to Edwards. You could have given a read option where he fakes it to Edwards and scrambles. Or you could even done a play action. But why take Gus out of the game? This is what he's built for, running at the goal line. He's a power back. Gus the bus. What are we doing, Todd? What are we doing? And that brings up a third and goal. A pass all the way. Lamar's not looking at anyone, and he just chucks it to the end zone and it's intercepted. First of all, that was the only bad read Lamar made all game. If you're going to throw a back shoulder fade, throw it to the actual back shoulder. Don't throw it right to the defender and make it look good. Throw it back shoulder so you can at least get a chance to play the ball. OBJ had no chance on that. Was I okay with that fade? No. Run the ball. Kick the field goal. Run it with Edwards. Go back to the Browns game. We had Lamar carry the ball twice in the red zone. Got touchdowns on both of those trips. Nothing. No sign of that. Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we try it? No, we want to do a shovel pass to Andrews. It's astonishing to me how you would take Gus Edwards, your red zone back, your bulldozer runner, out of the game at the goal line in the biggest moment. I'm just baffled. I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, Justice Hill, he's cool. He's good, but he's not a power back. He's not. He's really not. So I don't know. I don't know what Todd Monken was thinking right there. And it was so annoying. And Lamar, you got to throw it better. You got to throw it at least back shoulder so it's not a pick. I mean, that pass was thrown right to Joey Porter. I could have picked it off. OBJ had no chance of doing it. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. You run the ball and kick the field goal. Just do it. Because they're not going to score. They haven't scored all game. They got a touchdown at the end on a chuck up. Now, let me talk about the Steelers offense real quick. They had nothing going for them the entire time. We did what we said to do. They did what we said to do. Our keys to the game was stop the run and force Pickett to throw. And what happened? They didn't do much of anything the entire game. They had 6 points. 6 points on offense. 6 points. 2 of those were the reason they got to 8 because of the blocked field goal or blocked punt. I mean, what? Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. It took them the entire game to get a touchdown on offense. It doesn't matter. They scored 15 points. Or 14. I don't remember. I'm struggling to remember. But just know that you just can't let this team hang around. You just will choke every time. And this team, my team just chokes so much to this stupid Steelers squad. Oh, it's so frustrating. I can't even think. But anyway, the defense, like you said, did a good job. And they covered our keys to the game. They stopped the run. Najee was ineffective on the ground. Najee's not that good of a runner. Jalen Warren was pretty good. He got going a little bit in the fourth quarter. But and another thing, Marcus Williams, maybe he shouldn't be playing because he's missing a lot of tackles. It's like he's scared to touch people because he doesn't want to hurt himself. I mean, if you cannot contact people, you shouldn't be playing. Warren didn't cook us. No, he got it going on one drive. And what happened in the red zone? Nothing. You kicked a field goal again because you guys are so garbage that you couldn't even get a touchdown after you blocked a field goal. Or I keep saying field goal, punt. I mean, the defense did everything it could to keep us in the game, and the offense just continued to just fail. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm not panicking yet. It's just so frustrating to see us lose these games. We should be 5-0. We really should. If we just make easy passes and easy little catches, we win the game. Just like the Colts. But I don't know. Ravens don't finish their games. I mean, that's also true, but this year's a little bit different. Last year we were blowing leads. Like this year, we're not really blowing the leads in the game. We're just executing so poorly that we're not putting teams away early like we should. This defense is a little bit different than last year. So they're not blowing games as, obviously as they were in 2022. We all remember that. The Dolphins, the Bills, all those big leads. I feel like if we would have gotten a big lead against the Steelers, we were not going to choke it at all. That's the difference. I don't know, Dom. This is crazy.
We gotta clean it up.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say at the end of the day, but we have to clean it up. We have to understand that if we gave the Steelers so many opportunities to come back in this game that if we were to give this opportunity to Tua, if we were to give it to Mahomes, when we see Burrow again and we give him this many opportunities, we get blown out. This isn't the way we need to go about our games, man. We have to come in here with the mindset of we're going to come in here, we're going to do the job, and we're going to finish the job. And so far, not looking good. I'm not panicking yet. It's too early in the season to panic. So there's no reason to panic right now. But, dude, we have got to finish games.
The
I'm tired of
the reason I'm optimistic because it's self-inflicted. If they just work on this stuff, they can do it. It's not like the Steelers were overpowering. It's not like the Colts were overpowering and scary and just playing better. No, it's us. It's literally what we're doing.
it's
Drill it
literally
in
us,
practice.
man.
Make the wide receivers run laps. Get them on the jugs machine. Just do something. I mean, Harbaugh, you need to have something up your sleeve. You've been coaching for how many years now? I don't know, at least 40. So it's like, well, not 40, but he's been in the NFL for a while. He has been, and whatever he's been doing before that, he's not a newbie at all. So get something going. This is all in-house. It's not what the opponents are doing. Because if we don't inflict ourselves with these silly mistakes, we blow both of those teams out. We do. Because we already know the Steelers aren't good, and they're not going anywhere. We could have sunk them into the bye week at 2-3, and they would have been feeling miserable. 2 losses back to back, a blowout loss in Houston. This should have been another blowout loss.
It should have been. If Bateman catches that touchdown, we're up 14-0. If Aguilar catches that touchdown, it's 20. Like, it's just, we have got to stop kicking ourselves during games. Because, like I said before, if we are giving more elite quarterbacks the opportunity to just hang around like this, we can't just solely rely on the defense day in and day out to get the job done. Mind you, they're great. They're one of the top defenses in the league, as they usually are. This isn't anything new. But at the end of the day, we can't have them out on the field trying to save our butts every single time. It's not going to work out like that. We keep talking every preview, every post game. Complementary football. That's how it needs to be. That's what it was last week. We were putting points on the board and we were getting stops. That's what needs to happen. That's what should have happened today. It would have happened today. We have to look ahead to the future against the Titans team, who also just lost to the Colts, who's going to also want a bounce back game. So we need to head into London and come in there and bounce back. We need to show Tannehill that he's still Tannehill at the end of the day, because I need to be convinced by this team that we can go into a game and finish it consistently. Because right now they're not showing me that. We beat the Texans 25-9. We convincingly beat the Browns 28-10. We give away a game to the Colts, and we give away a game, almost give away a game to the Bengals. We need to finish games, man. We have to. Because like I said, the more we let these teams hang around, the steeper this competition gets, the more we cannot allow these opportunities to slip away. Mind you, we still have Miami on the schedule. Okay, we got the Niners on the schedule. These are not layup games. The Niners are looking like the best team in football right now. It's not gonna be. This isn't gonna be easy. So we need to take the games that are supposed to be gimmies and win them, so we can come into these games with more confidence and more off our backs. 3 division wins to start the season. We would have beat every single one of our division opponents on the road in the beginning of the season. 3-0 in the division. That was on the line today, and we let it slip. So now we have to. And then the worst thing about this loss is we don't see the Steelers again until the end of the season. So it's not like we can just, oh, yeah, we'll see them in a couple of weeks. No, you'll see them in a couple of months. Okay, so you can't get back until the last game of the season. So take this loss, understand that it ain't just sweet out here right now, and perform better, because we've seen what you can do. Like I've said before, we've seen it. So just go out there and do it. That's all you have to do. Perform, execute. Do what we've seen you all do time in and time out again. You better come into London and you better show up and you better show out. Because this was not a good game. And there needs to be some sort of something going on here, because I'm not hitting the panic button just yet, but there needs to be discussions had on why this team is not executing and finishing the job. And why are we letting these things slip? There
It's
needs
not a
to
play
be
calling
an
issue.
internal discussion. There needs to be some sort of internal discussion. I don't know who. Everyone needs to be involved in this discussion. Okay, offensively, I'm not coming at the defense because the defense does its job. But when it's out there consistent, like in back-to-back 3 and outs, like they get tired. So it's kind of hard to consistently do your job if you're out there after 3 plays. It's very difficult. You have to help the defense offense. You have to come out there and do something. Utilize the greatest kicker of all time. The greatest kicker of all time is sitting on your bench. Use him. Run the ball. Gus the Bus. Red zone trip. Let him go at it a couple of times. If we don't get it, give it to Justin Tucker to give us the easy 3. Saying is that, and this is my final thoughts on everything today. We have got to finish the job. The key words for today is finish the job. Because if we keep letting teams linger around like we've been doing this past year and a half, we are done. We're done. There's no other way to think. There's no other way to think. The AFC is not a layup. Get the job done.
Taking a look ahead, that wraps up. That's a wrap for the road division games. And look at it. We went 2-1. That's better than I thought. If you go back to April or May when the schedule came out and we were doing our way too early season predictions, I had us going 1-2. So 2-1 on the road is fine. Now we've got one more round of all these guys at our home. So we really have a chance to go for 5-1 in the division. 4-2 at minimum. At minimum. And that, I feel like, could get enough to do something. And it's just, oh, man, it's so frustrating. Just clean up your act. Don't fumble. Catch the ball. And take your points. There's my 3 things. Don't fumble. Catch the ball. Take your free points. Simple. Very simple. But the Ravens it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over. Yeah, Steelers, enjoy this dub. Because I'm looking at your schedule, and you're going to be playing some actual squads coming up. You still have 4 games left in the division, and they're all on the road. Good luck. Because I don't see you winning more than 1 or 2 of those. Good luck. You got to play the Bengals and the Browns, who you narrowly escaped with the win on Monday Night Football in Week 2. That was a shit show. There were holding penalties, keeping the Browns out of the end zone all night long. And it took you guys 14 points on defense to win that game by 4. Yeah. Good luck. I don't think the Steelers are going anywhere. Matt Canada's not going anywhere. So, honestly, enjoy your win. Yeah, you have our number recently, but you guys always go 8-9 or 9-8, so congrats. The good news is, though, we did escape this win without any serious injuries, although I do need to check on – or not win, sorry, this loss. I'm thinking about it at the point we escaped a football game without a serious injury, so that's a miniature win in my mind. We got to check on Pat McCarry because that was another game changer. When Pat McCarry went out with that chest injury and brought Daniel Falele in, oh my God, it was a nightmare. He was getting absolutely dominated. And that was a huge factor because the pressure started cranking up. Still no excuse. Still should have won the game. But that definitely was a big factor. I hope Makari comes back soon. Ronnie Stanley got beat a couple times as well. But that's expected because A, TJ Watt is great, and B, this is his first game back in like 4 weeks. So since week one, I believe he went out in week one, so it's been a month. So I expect him to improve. The Titans have a decent defense, and we'll break all this down next week. But they don't have a TJ Watt or a crazy edge rusher. So I'm expecting a little bit more on pass protection. But it's mainly just the drops. You got to address that this week. You absolutely have to. And we all remember what happened the last time the Ravens got a game in London. It was a total disaster. 40-0 or 7. I think they got a touchdown with Ryan Mallett at the end of the game. So we don't want a repeat of that. We really don't. That was back in 2017 when Flacco was still our quarterback. But I don't anticipate the same result happening next week. I think we can get back on track. We really can. We've been on the road for a long time. We've only been played in M&T Bank Stadium once out of the past 4 games. So it's time, and we'll be on the road again. So 4 out of our past 5 games are going to be on the road. What does that mean? We have a lot of home games here in the thick of it and at the end of the year. So let's get it going. The season is not over. Not over. We still have everything what we want in front of us. We really do. Just clean up your act, and you'll be okay. We've seen flashes of this offense. When this offense is clicking, it's clicking, and it looks really good. It's a great thing to see. So we just need to get that consistency, and we'll be all right. We will. We will. That's why I'm not feeling. That's why I'm feeling optimistic right now. And let's look at Pittsburgh. When have you guys looked really dominant on offense? Never. I haven't seen a game this year where you've had a spark where you've looked, oh gosh, Kenny Pickett looks amazing. Oh gosh, their offense is humming. Oh gosh, they look unstoppable. I haven't seen that at all. And that's why I'm telling you, you guys are going nowhere. Okay? We have the potential to do something special with the team we have. You guys are stuck with Matt Canada. You haven't made the adjustments you've needed. You've got George Pickens. He's cool. But he don't even look like he's happy half the time. Their offense today consisted of 0-yard runs, baby checkdowns, and back shoulder fades to Kenny Pickett or George Pickett or whatever his name is. That's it. That's all they did. That is all they did. Chuck it up deep. Yes, Kobe. Steelers offense is yes, it is. It's really, really bad. It's terrible. They haven't scored. The only game it looked halfway decent was against the Raiders, and that's the Raiders. So it's like they should have won the game today, but I'm not worried about it. I think they're gonna dig their own grave playing like that. You want to take this win and feel excited about it, Steelers fans, good, because you played like dog shit. You really did. And if you think your team's going somewhere playing like this, nice, because you're not. You're just not. And I'm so sick of it. I really am. These Steelers fans, man. Oh my gosh. But anyway, and I'm not even trying to just talk crap because I hate the Steelers. It's just like you guys don't look good on offense. It's just what it is. You don't look good. Pickett is not it. He's not it. I think if you guys had Trubisky today, you would have did better. But yeah, it's and Najee Harris, he is not that guy either. Jaylen Warren is outplaying him right now. He is. So you might want to do a flip on your depth chart or something because there's success to be there. It's just a mess. You see what I'm saying? Like we have who we want right now. Zay Flowers is our guy. Gus Edwards is our guy in the backfield. Mark Andrews is our tight end. You've got a revolving door in Pittsburgh. Good luck. Good luck. I feel so better now that we did this show tonight, by the way. I think we had to get all our emotions out. I'm feeling a little bit better. How about you?
I just want to see better. I will feel better when I see better. That's how I'm feeling right now. When I see better, my mood, I feel great. Until then, I'm not happy because there's still an L where there should be a W. So I'm not really in the best of moods.
Let,
But
let's get them out of the way now. So then when
let's
we get
get
to
it out of the way
December,
now.
let's not start 8-1 and then lose out like we usually do. Let's get these nasty games out now so we can crank it up in December. Let's flip the script. Let's flip the script. Why not? Why not us? Remember that? Why not us?
Why not us, man? Why
I'm
not
looking at
us?
the Steelers
Oh,
schedule. They got the
man.
Rams coming up and the Jags, who won today in Buffalo. Took a huge win against the Bills. So it's not an easy road. Then they've got Browns on the road, Bengals on the road back to back. I mean, they've got they're effed. They're effed. They're going to be effed. But anyway, talk your crap now. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about the Steelers in the midseason. Talk to us at the end of the year and see who's in it and who's not. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's it, man. Well, let's see if we can head into London and have a bounce back game against Tennessee Titans. That game will be taking place at 9:30. I believe it's on NFL Plus. If whoever has NFL Plus, I probably will be tuning in 9:30 a.m. to watch Ravens versus Titans in London. That'll probably do it for us today on Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. Dom, I said Dom. That's how you know I'm sick of this right now. Gonz, are you? You have any final thoughts before we get up out of
Real
here, man?
quick, the Steelers have a bye this week. Ravens have that matchup at Tennessee. You win, we're back on top. It's right there. Clean up your act. Don't fumble. Catch the ball and take your points, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. And for next week, stop King Henry, but we'll talk about that later. But everything's still here. It's still here. It's still here. We can easily be back on top in the division next week if we win. So we'll see it.
We'll see. Ravens, I don't want this to be a knock against the players because I know the players are already probably feeling down and out about this loss already. I don't want them to take this as an attack. I'm really not trying to attack them. I just see so much potential in these guys, and I would like to start seeing it at the end of games. And I feel as though I'm not the only fan who feels this way. We just want to see the greatness, not just in the beginning of the game, but at the end of the game. That's all I want to see. I just want to see us finish, man. Because this should have been a W. It should have been a W. It wasn't a W. We're 3-2. We move on, but let's go into London and get the job done. That's all I can say.
Agreed.
My final thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do want to address one last thing. I forgot to address it when I gave my whole soliloquy, so I'm sorry. Rashad Bateman. Time is ticking on you. It really is. We don't want a Rashad Perriman part 2. He is starting to he's not producing, and he's not on the field. He's not producing when he's on the field, and he's not on the field for the other majority of the time. I mean, it's just, I'm getting worried about him. And if he's trending in the dangerous waters right now, as of right, if the season ends today and off season started tomorrow, we're trading him. I don't see us keeping him right now. He's got to prove that he deserves a spot on this team, and he's got to step up when the opportunities present themselves. He has to. He had 2 big drops today. The touchdown, obviously, that was right here in his hands, and the big over-the-shoulder catch, that was very catchable. It wasn't an easy one, but I think he should have caught it. For a first-round pick caliber wide receiver that he is, he should have brought that in. He really should have. And I'm worried about him. I really am. And then he also declined to speak with media today. You got to be I don't know. I think you need to talk to the media. You can't just shy away after a bad game. That's not a good look at all. That shows that you don't have confidence in yourself. That's not a good look. Come on, Bateman. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. We're going to call it a night. We will see you guys Friday for Ravens versus Titans London preview. How'd your team do in week 5? Did they execute? Did they perform? Let us know in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy stuff if you're watching from YouTube. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. Signing off. See you on Friday.
Good night.